Hey folks, it's Brian again with another Far Horizons episode. So after getting the diary, we head back to our place and we spend the night kind of going through it to find out what's going on. It turns out that it starts out his great grandfather's journal. He was a crewman on a merchant that was running supplies around the colonies. And when times get difficult, um, they run into some the ship's captain is contacted and offered an opportunity to move some narcotics around for a lot of money. They're small quantities. They pick it up in orbit around various planets. So they do this drug running for a bit. So they end up with some money and they start outfitting the ship with weapons. And then they start taking targets of opportunity while running these supplies. A little kind of piracy action. But they come across another ship that fought back, and they were severely damaged. And they make a last-ditch jump, and they end up at planet Zoctal. And they crash land. It's an ice planet. There's a narrow band of habitable land around the equator. Right now, it's got two main ports on it. There are large herbivores like mammoths on the planet surface itself. These large, dangerous cat-like creatures, kind of like a cross between a saber-toothed tiger and a giant cave bear. Their ship's engineers trying to make repairs on the ship's drive, so this great grandfather's just out wandering around looking, doing some hunting, that kind of thing. He ends up falling to a crevice where one side is a metal wall, and it turns out to be a dwelling of some sort. And it's in there that he discovers the statue of a winged angel with a staff, actually two of them. There are drawings in the journal, and the staffs are perfectly straight in the drawings. And the staff we found is all bent. He goes and takes the statues. Wants to get the ship fixed. They take off, start doing other stuff. He takes the statues to be identified, but no one can figure out what it is, and it just seems weird. He decides he's going to sell it. He finds an art dealer who gets very excited during his appraisal, and that kind of maybe this thing is worth more than I think it is. So he goes to the University of Mephistopheles and inquires the archaeology department. They believe that's actually a Forerunner artifact. So with that in mind, he finds a buyer and he gets bucks. And he starts making multiple trips back to Zoctal to collect more artifacts. Later on, he's contacted by an old crew member from the first ship that crashed there. And at that is where the diary ends. And then his estate has been left to the family. But there's a cryptic message describing directions to the dwelling on Zoctal. It says, the chart shows the way, the staff points to the location. So what chart is this? Well, it turns out that there is an inn next to the restaurant down on the water. It's called the Smuggler's Inn. And there are pictures of Uncle Hendrik in the pub. That shows a chart on a table with a treasure map in the captain's cabin. So we check out the ship out there, and sure enough, there's a captain's cabin, and it's outfitted like the picture was, and there's a table in there, and there's a chart, plexiglass down onto the table. The security looks pretty light, so later that night, we sneak out of the ship, and we replace the chart with one of those souvenir charts, right? Well, actually, in the diary itself, the journal, there are doodles in the edges that are made in ultraviolet ink. So we're looking on the back of the chart. Sure enough, it's in ultraviolet. It's got these navigation numbers on the back. So we make a fake copy of the diary. I think we should make two. Redacting critical information and replace it with fake codes. And we make a duplicate or we have a duplicate made of the staff. We track the attorney through his contact, his locator thing. I finally get to my concealed carry permit, and I help Rex with his. There's more stories in the journal about contacts with various ports of call. So there's other stuff going on as we, reviewing stuff and going through. 9 days later, we finally get a call from Mr. Phillips. He's ordering pizza, so we know it's him, and that's the call sign. So, okay, it's up. We've got the contact. We're supposed to do something. So we head over to his place, waiting for, the meetup call. And he's told to meet at, I believe it's a Revolution Park, some, public municipal park in town. So we go there. I'm driving because apparently I'm the one who's had any real training physically driving a car. And so I'm hanging out of the vehicle. We park in the parking lot. They're parked a couple spaces down from us. And he goes out to sits on a park bench waiting for his contact. We've got a couple other folks out in the park, just watching, that kind of thing. And someone pulls up next to their car, and it looks like they're messing with something, and then they take off. Then somebody heads over to them to do the transfer. So because they have his wife, they got Janet, I think her name was. And so he gives them the package. They give him Janet, and he and Janet start walking towards their car. And I'm going, can't let this happen. So I start to pick up a rock off the off the parking lot, and I throw it at their car to get their attention as they're heading towards it. They see a car hit, or the sound or whatever would catch their attention, right? I missed the car completely, but I did hit the car next to them. And that caught his wife's attention. She's looking around. She sees me. I'm pointing the other way, the other way. And so they stop, and they start heading off towards the public transit. And as soon as they do that, their car explodes. So I try to dodge from the shrapnel. The car takes some surface damage. Everybody's freaking out, tearing out of the parking area, going down both lanes, the in and the out. Rex is out in the field. One of the bad guys is fleeing. He shoots at him. A number of cars are dodging me. I managed to have to dodge a couple of cars myself and start heading towards the hotel. And I call the team, say, hey, get all packed up. We got to get out of here. We got to pick up Rex, and there's a couple of times we have to do some double back in order to get out of this coordinate, because once the explosion happened, everybody's freaking out. The police start blockading stuff off. But we managed to get out, and we get everybody in the car, and we head to the spaceport. Get in the ship. We're going to Baphomet to meet with the Count and then share the stuff. We finally get to Baphomet, and we find out the Count's villa has been destroyed and he's declared dead. The only ASL contacts we know here on Baphomet is the Count. Well, there's also on Marduk is Frank, the attorney, and there should be somebody on Mephistopheles that we knew. I can't remember his name right now, but we get contacted. We're given mission orders for detached duty from ASL, contracted with Huntleyworth for the artifacts. The family's putting on these, or he used to put on these artifacts on exhibit, and there's an LLC that was dissolved 30 years ago, and its assets have been divided between 5 different entities, 4 state executors, and another LLC who's a lawyer, an administrative officer. And this whole liquidation thing was sold for $10 million to some other corporation. So somebody else is watching what's going on and seeing what's happening with us, and they're starting to unload or something. And our plan next, I think, is to go to Zoctal and see what we can find there. We just got the ship that was loaned to us by the Count for our running around for him. And we'll see how long that lasts and where this all takes us. Happy gaming.